Good morning and welcome back. Happy Tuesday morning. Let's look at the Iraq news. What's happening in Iraq? If you are new, welcome and thank you for joining. So this is my Patreon channel. Let's get started. So those of you that have a chance to, or that have had a chance to see the news and have studied thoroughly since at least September of last year, you would notice or witness that Iraq's news from October to present has been quiet. They haven't gotten much done. I mean, October was quiet. In October they put the new Speaker of Parliament in. They had the Kurdistan elections. That was about it. November they did the census. That was about it. December they paused and suspended credit and lending practices. That was about it. And here we are in January. And so far the only thing they started to do was transfer the electronic transfer system from the old one that the central bank was using into the more global international one that the banks are using. Okay. And what's transpired through the currency auctions or remittances is remittances slash auctions are still resuming. They have to resume because what Iraq does is they sell dollars or utilize remittances to fund and finance their imports coming into the country. So the daily, you could call them currency auctions. That's what the central bank does call them. They're also titled or labeled remittances. They use those. They sell the U.S. dollars, send the money to banks abroad, and here's all their daily currency auctions. So any content creators that told you they stopped having them has completely theoretically lied and misled to you. Here's one from the 7th today. Here's the magical numbers on it. 292 million. So nope, they haven't stopped. They're resuming as can be. So again, they sell US dollars daily abroad. That's how they fund their imports because Iraq does not have a tradable currency, and these remittances will continue until the rate changes. And basically the only real change that's happened is the dollars that were sold to the banks abroad are those dollars are transferred now at the banking level instead of the central bank level. That way they're preparing the banks to be able to transfer foreign currencies abroad and be ready for the rate change when it occurs, okay? So that's probably about as far as they can go at this time on implementing banking reforms. They've probably maxed out at this point without having a tradable currency. Let's get into today's news. So, first article, Ministry of Construction announces the opening of electronic applications for housing fund loans in Baghdad and governance. So basically they're opening up like a registration period where people can start applying for home loans as of February 2nd. We've studied this, and Iraq does allow foreigners to own homes there. So, and at the end of the day, remember, this is being launched through their international UR platform highlighted at the bottom down there for you. That's theoretically an international website. So that means they theoretically, with that being a public internet website, that when these home loans go active, they would have to allow someone, someone might have a home loan. What if they traveled outside the country of Iraq and they need to make their home payment? What if they went to go see their cousin Muhammad in Dearborn, Michigan? Dearborn, Michigan has a large Iraqi population there. So what if while he's in Dearborn, Michigan, he needs to make a payment on his house? Again, the payments and everything are made right through the website, the UR platform. Kind of need to have that convertible tradable currency to do this. Okay, and it launches February 2nd is when the registration period opens up for the home loans. First phase of the development road project to link Baghdad and Bahi by railway has been included. So right now, this is the development road plan. It's the first inclusion of the first phase. So it's about to get started. If they have any foreign contractors doing this construction work, The only currency they can pay them in dinar, and again, if they're foreign contractors, it's going to need to be convertible and tradable. And that first phase starts pretty soon. And these are just other of the same articles that I compiled and bundled together. Setting deadlines for applying housing loans. Again, that's February 2nd. We covered that. Parliamentary assurances. Salaries are secure and rumors are not believed. So they're saying that they have plenty of money to pay the salaries and they're secure. They're saying they didn't have a liquidity shortage. Minister of Planning, first phase. Okay, this is about the first phase of that railway line. Parliamentary movement to activate interrogation files after failure of ministerial reshuffle. So in this article here, Iraq MP revealed a parliamentary movement to activate interrogation files against ministers due to suspected failures and corruptions. This comes after the failure to make a ministerial amendment in the current government, which Majid attributes to political objections and deals. Majid emphasized the ministers cannot be left unaccountable due to political favors. With parliament sessions resuming in 2 days, he vows to pressure for professional interrogations free from political agendas. The coordination framework praises Sudanese government, stresses the necessity of approving personal status. Coordination framework in Iraq, led by Sudani, is pushing for approval of the personal status law, which has been a topic of controversy. This law governs matters of marriage, divorce, child custody, and inheritance for Muslims in Iraq. More than 275 million in bank sales from foreign transfers. That's right. Auctions and remittances have continued to resume. Article 12 obstructs budget schedules and Parliament is unaware of the size of expenditures and deficit. Iraq's 2012 budget is still in the works. Yeah, it's waiting. It's already been amended. They spent 7 months amending it until October 8th, simply waiting for Parliament to approve it. Parliament can't approve it, though, until after the rate changes, so the approval step is waiting for the rate to change. With the government expected to send the budget tables to the Council of Representatives, that's because it's amended. That's why it's waiting to go to the Council of Reps in early February. There you guys go. Notice how getting the budget to the Council of Representatives in early February is also kind of around that same time that those housing loans is starting. Coincidental, right? A member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, however, disagreements over Article 12, which deals with compensation for the Kurdistan regional government oil extraction costs, may cause delays. Exclusive behind the scenes of Kouani's secret visit to Baghdad away from the circulated information. That's in there if you guys would like to read that. Minister of Planning confirms inclusion of the first phase of the Development Road Project and that train railway. Prime Minister is closely following up on overcoming problems in financing and implementing projects. Finance Committee in the House of Representatives confirmed today, Tuesday, that the plan has been developed to overcome difficulties facing financing and implementing projects, while indicating that the Prime Minister Sudani is closely following up on overcoming the problems of financing and implementing projects. Yeah, they're waiting for the budget to get approved and get the monies positioned. Prime Minister issues directives to the Ministry of Electricity and Oil. Prime Minister Sudani met with representatives of Al Hilal Oil Company. And yes, this actually was in Iraq's news today. There was actually, I probably saw this in like 4 different news outlets. Parliamentary Finance, Prime Minister is closely following up on overcoming problems. Yeah, we already talked about that. That's about it, guys. Let's see what this one is. So yeah, again, talking about Kurdistan's share of the Iraqi budget. And that's about it. So yeah, see, here's an article on the oil and gas law. Again, that's in a basket of 150 plus laws, simply waiting for the rate to change. And so the major important article from today would have been the one on the budget that we just saw. right here. Give me a second to find it. This one, I think it's this one. Nope, it's not that one. It was one like that though. This one, I think. No. Anyway, it's the one that talked about. I wanted to find it one more time. Oh yeah, I think it's this one right here. They're talking about in this one. This is a critical piece to this, guys. I'm gonna highlight it for you. Right here, Iraq's 25 budget still in the works, with the government expected to send the budget tables to the Council of Representatives in early February. The rate needs to change before that, guys. That's why I've been telling you you're in red hot January. Okay, January is a critical month for you. Study it, follow it, see what happens. Okay, very critical month to our investment. Friends, have an amazing day. Take care. Thank you for joining.